We're restoring today an abandoned Royal Enfield Hunter 350, 2023 model, once built for everyday city riding but somehow left forgotten. Some people say the best motorcycles are the ones that find you, and this one did, hidden inside an old barn, covered in dust and cobwebs, leaning against hay bales like it was waiting for a second chance. What follows is the complete restoration of this abandoned Hunter 350, bringing it back to life step by step. I remember that first touch, wiping away the thick grime from the fuel tank. My fingers cutting through layers of dirt, revealing just glimpses of what this bike used to be. You could feel the history beneath your hands. Every stroke uncovering another piece of the story, rolling it forward on those flat tires, the whole frame protesting with every inch. It was like waking something that had been asleep for far too long. The chain rattling stiffly, the wheels barely turning. But there was something there. Something worth saving. Getting it up that wooden ramp into the truck? That's when I knew this was going to be a journey. The ramp groaning under the weight, every board flexing and creaking. But we made it. And when I rolled it into my workshop, seeing it under those bright fluorescent lights for the first time, that's when the real corroded terminals probably hasn't held a charge in years. Into the recycling bin it goes. The headlight bezel, the whole headlight assembly. These old classics have this beautiful simplicity to them. Everything is mechanical, tactile. You can understand how it all fits together just by looking at it. Speedometer cable, gauge cluster. There's something poetic about disconnecting these instruments. They've recorded every mile, every journey this bike has taken. Now they're coming off for restoration. Handlebars next. Those old grips are basically bonded on with time and heat. You've got to work a screwdriver underneath, break that adhesive bond. It's stubborn work, but eventually they slide off. Brake lever, clutch lever, these are the rider's connection to the machine. The mechanical linkages that translate intention into action. Each one comes off methodically. Throttle cables get disconnected from the carburetor. These are the precise components that control fuel flow, that give you power. You have to be careful here. Cable ends are small, easy to lose. Foot pegs, kickstart lever. We're stripping away the rider interface now. These are the touch points where human and machine meet. Every bolt tells you about the engineering philosophy of the era. Now the exhaust system. That clamp at the cylinder head. Removing all that brake dust and accumulated filth. This is where patience matters. You can't rush precision work. The compressed air blast? That's one of the most dramatic moments. Water droplets flying violently in every direction, catching the light. It's loud, it's aggressive, but it's effective. Then the careful towel drying, that satisfying squeak of microfiber on clean metal. Now here's where we get into the real mechanical work. Removing that seat, systematically unbolting each mounting point. The seat lifts away, revealing the battery compartment and wiring underneath. It's like opening the first chapter of the mechanical story. The fuel tank comes next. Draining that old, dark gasoline. You can see it's been sitting too long, probably varnished inside. Then unbolting the tank, lifting it carefully away. It's heavier than you'd think, and underneath there's this whole ecosystem of wiring and mounting brackets. Side panels, battery disconnect. We're working methodically now. Every electrical connection is corroded. That white crusty buildup on the battery terminals? That's years of neglect making itself known. Negative cable first, always, then positive. Do it backward and you're asking for sparks. Lifting that old battery out, you can feel the weight of the lead. This thing is completely done. Road grime creating this almost geological formation of crud. But underneath all that, that's where the real motorcycle was hiding. So we started with the pressure washer. And let me tell you, there's something deeply satisfying about this moment. That first blast of high-pressure water hitting the frame, dirt just exploding in every direction. Years of grime washing away in seconds, revealing the metal underneath. We scrubbed that tank vigorously, working in aggressive circular patterns. Thick soapy foam, stiff brushes, really getting into it. The paint underneath started emerging, faded, but there. That's when you start seeing the potential. The engine got the degreaser treatment. Spraying that foam on, watching it immediately start dissolving layers of baked-on grease. The chemical reaction is actually pretty wild. It just fizzes and crackles, eating through that crud like it's nothing. Chrome work is where you earn your restoration stripes. Wire brush against rust, grinding away the oxidation. It's labor-intensive, your arm gets tired, but slowly you start revealing that darker, cleaner metal underneath. It's like archaeology, carefully removing layers to discover what's beneath. We washed the frame thoroughly, water running down in streams, every tube getting attention. Then the wheels, detailing between each spoke, one at a time. Assessment began. I walked around it slowly, taking in every detail. The rust eating through the tank. The cracked seat with foam spilling out. Those tires, completely shot, with cracks so deep you could see the cords underneath. This wasn't just a cleaning job. This was going to be a complete resurrection. The rust on this fuel tank was unbelievable. Deep orange oxidation, paint bubbling up, years of neglect creating this textured landscape of corrosion. You could scrape it with your fingernail and rust flakes would just fall away. But here's the thing about rust. It tells you where the bike has been. Every spot is a story. That seat was beyond saving. Split vinyl, degraded foam, sun damage that had turned the material brittle. When you pressed on it, it just crackled and crumbled. 20 years of sitting in that barn, exposed to temperature swings and moisture, it had taken its toll. And those tires? Dry rot so severe they were basically time bombs. Deep fissures running through the rubber, structural integrity completely compromised. These weren't just old tires, they were dangerous. No question they had to go. The engine cases were caked in this thick, black, crusty buildup. Decades of oil and... You know, some people say the best motorcycles are the ones that find you. And this one? It found me in the most unexpected place. Buried in a forgotten barn, covered in years of dust and cobwebs,